Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Looney. And let's be real, the market has been bleeding lately. We've seen red days, there's fear, people are selling out of positions just to cut losses. But for me, I see these as opportunity days. Because when volatility spikes and everyone else is panicking, option sellers get paid way more. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I turn market red days into profit and why volatility is your friend, and how I position my portfolio when things look ugly. But before we get into this video, quick shout out to the Discord. It is free to join, and I also offer a premium membership for $8 a month, and you get access to one-on-one coaching, trade callouts. I have an option selling course. I do giveaways and more. You can check it out. All the links are in the description. So most traders actually hate red days. They panic, they refresh their portfolio every 10 seconds and think about selling everything. But for me, I actually get more confident when things go red. And these pullbacks that we're seeing is actually healthy. And also volatility, to me, I think premium. Because when the market gets scared, option prices inflate. So that means as an option seller, you get paid more for taking on risk. And the way I look at it is on calm days, you might earn $50 for selling a put, but on volatile red days, that same contract that you tried selling would pay $100 or even $150. Same setup, same stock, more money. So when the market dips, I start hunting. So how does this work? Because I do have a setup. I do look at certain things to actually signal a good time to sell a cash secured put. Because when markets fall, IV or implied volatility shoots up. And we can look at the VIX. That is a good indicator for volatility. And volatility, when it increases, actually drives up the price of all options. Calls or puts, it doesn't matter. So that's exactly when you want to be a seller and not a buyer. So instead of chasing rebounds or buying dips blindly, I sell cash secured puts on stocks I already want to own at better prices. That way, if the stock keeps dropping, I get assigned, and I get assigned at a discounted price. And if it bounces, I just keep the premium and move on. And that's how you turn red days into paydays, because you're getting paid to be patient. So let's look at the stocks that I'm doing, or stocks that I like selling cash secured puts on. I have a ton of different stocks I like to sell cash secured puts on due to its premium and just wanting to actually own the stock. Zeta, I've been talking about on my channel. It's a marketing company, and it utilizes AI. And yeah, this one had pretty good earnings. It did well. It's pulled back though. Past month, it's down 3%, and it's pretty much flat in the last 3 months. So these are ones that I like long term, or at least that's the way I like to do my cash secured puts. I pick stocks that I would be okay with owning. I'll check their charts, and I'll see where some support zones, or I'll just wait for a indication. And I have this as my custom alerts. If it goes below a Bollinger Band, I'll usually set up a cash secured put. Because when it goes below Bollinger Band, that's a good indication of things being oversold. And also RSI, same idea. If it falls under 30, I will do the same. Now, even though it's oversold, it could still actually go lower. But that's why you sell cash secured puts, because you're prepared for it to go lower. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that when you're selling a cash secured put, it's far below the current price. And that gives you a margin of safety, and just usually you like to choose like 10 to 20% or lower. Let's choose Mara. I showed it in my other video, but I think it's a great example because it actually is trending down, and it can go further down. And this trade can go wrong. So let's pull that up. I own Mara. I own 212 shares, and I have a cash secured put at $13. And you can see today, super red day. And You don't need to wait for it to go below the Bollinger Band, but ideally that's the better setup, especially right now with prices being elevated and valuations being kind of overvalued and just the overall market being overvalued. You do want to wait for those better setups or those better dips. And yeah, so this one you can see it's pretty much showing oversold, or at least on the 1 month chart, it's oversold. So what I did is I went to trade options, and I'm not entirely sure what the expiration was, but let's see if we could find the one I did. Yeah, we can see here, I did about a month out, and look how far down I went. So the price right now is at $16. It was probably a little bit higher when I did it too, and I went all the way down to 13. So for it to drop to 13, let's actually look what needs to happen for it to actually go to 13. And if you go to stimulated return, that's a good way to actually look at it on Robinhood. I'm sure other platforms have it as well. But you can see here, if it goes to 13, that's a 20% drop. That is an insane cushion. And you can see even right now, down 20% on the month. So that would mean it would have to drop 40% for you to actually enter. And could it drop another 20% where it totals like 60%? Of course it can. But at least this trading strategy gives you that comfort and that control of your own entries. So that's why you need to be paying attention, or choose your strike prices wisely, choose your setups perfect, and stay patient, because that's the last step. When volatility spikes, it's tempting to open too many trades, but that's actually how you overextend. I like to keep some cash ready. Right now, I don't really have cash. I do, but most of my cash is in cash secured puts. A lot of them aren't going to get assigned, or I don't think they will. Like, for example, these Zeta ones, they still can get assigned, but it doesn't look like they are. I could close these out, but I do keep that cash, because you don't want to be opening up like 10 contracts or all your money into one trade. You could actually dollar cost average. Let's actually pull up Zeta again, because you can see I'm dollar cost averaging. I sold a put at 16, it went lower, sold a put at 15, sold a put at 14. Because in my head, I'm okay with owning it at 16. And if I'm okay with owning it at $16, I should be okay with owning it at 15 or 14 or even lower. So it's good to keep cash. It's good to keep cash in case things keep dropping, because yes, this is a good setup. Selling options is great, consistent income, but it's not flawless. We all know the market can be crazy, and it could keep dropping. It could stay crazy longer than you could stay insolvent. I believe it's something like that. I know it's not crazy, but it's something like it could stay sane, or irrational, I think is the word. But it is true. The market can do crazy things or irrational things for a long period of time, and it doesn't need to make sense. But that's why choosing your strike prices needs to be your first and important step. Because if the market does give me assignments, I'm okay with that. If it doesn't, again, I'm okay with that. I got collected a pretty good premium, and I reset for whatever it is, whether I want to choose a month or a week expiration and do another cash secured put, I could do that again. So this is what I call the option seller's edge. And it's because you get paid when others are panicking. When everyone else sees chaos, option sellers see higher premiums and better prices. Option selling flips the script. So instead of hoping for green days, you actually profit from the red days, because volatility doesn't hurt the strategy. It actually powers it. So yeah, the next time you see a red day or your portfolio down and everyone's sort of panicking online, remember this: volatility is opportunity if you know how to manage it. And we can look on the 1 month chart. I'm actually up 1,600. And most of this is from doing boring cash secured puts. And as option sellers, you get paid for staying calm and patient and boring when everyone else loses control. So if you found this video helpful, drop a like, comment what your favorite stock or your favorite setup is on red days, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.